Okay, so let's just start today with the new chapter, which is 1.6 classification of goods and services. Right, so we are going to start off with this chapter today.
Yes, sir.
So, the first thing up is the nature and definition of free goods and private goods. So, what are free goods?
So free goods are something that will not have any opportunity cost while producing, and also it does not use any scarce resources for the production. It's basically things like sunlight, air, what else is there? Mm,
Hmm.
sunlight, air, like the
So,
sky, all of those are like free natural goods. You don't have to pay for
ठीक है.
them,
Go on.
and they're just like they're always going to be available to us. They will never run out. It will not run out.
ठीक है.
Yes.
Okay. So 1.6.1, where we are discussing the free good. So as you said, that these are basically the goods that do not require resources to produce it. So there is no price for such goods.
Yes, sir.
There is no opportunity cost, and they are not scarce. So no price means that nobody needs to, is charging for it.
Yes,
So
sir.
those are for free. Secondly, no opportunity cost. What does no opportunity having no opportunity cost means?
It's basically like when you gain this good, you don't have to lose anything in order to gain this good. Like there's nothing that you're going to be losing. Like you know
And
how
my use of the sunlight is not going to affect your use of the
yeah,
sunlight, isn't it?
exactly. Yes, sir.
Okay. You were about to say something.
So I was basically saying that it's like in for example in like private goods, it's like when a producer will be producing, they have to kind of make a choice between how they'll use their resources for what product. So the one they'll lose and not produce is going to be the opportunity cost. But in free goods, that's not there.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Perfect. So if we have to give an example for a free good, so we could say sunlight,
Yes, sir.
air, if it is the water
Yes, sir.
from the glaciers, that could also be part of it. Whereas when we talk about the private goods,
Private
so
goods are the goods
private goods,
that are gonna
yes, yes,
they'll be produced by private individuals in like the private sector, basically, and they will obviously be charged and they will be using scarce resources for their production. So because of that, they will have to make choices about the allocation of the resources. So there will be opportunity costs, and over time, the resources can run out. So it's not a like the resources are not finite. Sorry, the resources are not infinite. They're finite.
right. So they are finite. So
Yes,
they
sir.
will end. Okay. So we can say that when we are talking about the private goods, so these are the goods that requires resources to produce them, right?
Yes, sir.
And these goods that we are talking about that have price to pay, there is opportunity cost, and they are scarce, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, price to pay, opportunity cost, and they are scarce. Very nice. For example, what could be the example for such goods?
So if I had to say, I would say maybe like a very simple example, maybe like shoes or
Hmm,
maybe like how normal goods like milk or something like that. Just
hmm.
normal like consumer goods which you will have to pay for.
Okay, so car, mobile, shoes, economics book, all these are considered to be as the private goods for which you are paying, right?
Yes, sir.
So these goods are rivals plus excludable. So, what do we mean by this?
So by rival you mean that it's like if, for example, if one person will be like, for example, buying a car, there will be another
Mm,
person who might not be able to buy a car. Like maybe if the quantity runs out, or it's like basically if one person is using this good, it limits the use of another person of this good. And then it's excludable because it has a price. So only those people who can afford to pay for it can obtain this good. Like the other people are getting excluded, the ones who cannot pay or are like basically yeah who can't pay. So that's how it becomes excludable if it has like a price or if maybe there's another way of obtaining the good. So yeah, it's excludable is price and rivals is if one person using it, the other person will have like a limited use or they might not be able to use it.
hmm. So it means that when you are talking about the rivalry, so the consumption of one person reduces the availability for the others because of the limited supply,
Yes, sir.
right? Sometimes the students confuse between the rivalry and the excludability, but there is a defined line. Here, the limited supply is a very important term. So consumption of one reduces availability for others. So there is limited supply, right?
Yes, sir.
Whereas when we talk about its excludability, so it means that other consumers can be prevented from using it because of the
Yes,
affordability,
yes, sir.
can be prevented from using it. And the reason being affordability,
Yes, sir.
right? So the point here is the affordability that we are looking for. the affordable. So these 2 points are very important. The limited supply is making the rival goods available to only, those who
Some
have bought
people.
it first.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and excludability is that you're preventing them on the basis of the affordability. So only those can buy who can, afford to buy, and the others might not be, right?
Yes, sir.
If you have to go for the prayer, you can. So,
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. I'll
right,
just take five
no problem.
minutes.
Yeah, yeah, I'll also pray it by the time. Okay, right. Thank you.
Same here.
Okay, coming back. So we have talked about the free goods,
Yes, sir.
you've talked about the private goods. Okay, now we are going to move on to the next part, which is the nature and definition of
Public good.
Public good. Right. So if we talk about the public good, so how would you define a public good?
A public good is one which is going to be available like equally. Basically, everyone in the public has a equal chance of having that good because it's non-excludable. As there's usually no price. It's going to be free or it's going to be like affordable, way more affordable than private goods. So it can
Okay.
be
Hmm. Hmm.
non-excludable, and then it can also be non-rival because I'm not sure about like how it's non-rival, but it's like public goods are um I think it's just that public goods. I don't know how, but even they're going to be limited supply, right? So how are the non-rival? I'm kind of confused about that.
Okay, no problem. We'll deal with this point. So first thing is that this is a good or a service provided without the profit
Yes, sir.
to members of the, to the society or to the people, to general public. So how come they are non-rival? So when we were talking about the rivalry of the private goods,
Yes,
we
sir.
studied that they are rivals
Yes, sir.
because you know uh, they are in limited supply.
Yes, sir.
So mm, there might be some cases where public goods are in limited supply, but we are right now talking about a general, the general situation where we talk about, let's suppose if it's a public park.
Yes, sir.
So it is consumed by all. Like your use of the park is not going to affect my use. I can also come and use it, right?
Yes,
So it's
sir.
not in that way. In that way, it is not in limited supply. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So consumed by all, supply is not affected. Whereas when we talk about its non-excludability, so it means that these are provided to one, cannot stop others
From using it.
from, yes, from benefiting from it, because these are barely they are charging any amount for these goods. So everybody is basically using them, right?
Yes.
So for example, let's say we talk about, I'm going to write the example here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Public goods example. Like we are talking about street lights.
Yes, sir.
We talk about public parks,
Yes, sir.
right? So there is, if you are doing this as a state, you are providing the goods to everybody.
Yes, sir.
So there is, a problem that a public good will create, which is why the private sector is not producing the public goods.
It's
And
the
that
is it
is
the
what
free rider
problem?
problem?
Yes, exactly. there is a free rider problem.
Yes,
So
sir.
even if, there is a whole mechanism behind it, government is not providing you a public park, or they have established it by, utilizing their own money. It's
Yes.
the it's the tax money, the tax which is paid by the people. From that money, they have provided the public park.
Yes,
But if
sir.
in that public park, a kid is coming and playing, so has he even paid the tax?
Yeah,
If
that's the
not the
thing.
direct, the direct price to, if there is no direct price charged by the government, usually sometimes even in public parks there is a very small amount of, a ticket that is being charged.
Yes, sir.
But that kid, if the government is not charging even that small amount, so has he paid indirectly any tax to use it? No, even
No.
not even that.
Yes,
So
sir.
it means that it has a free rider problem. Those in directly or indirectly have not contributed in any way.
Yes, sir.
So no contribution are still utilizing it.
Yes, sir.
This is the problem with the private sector. They are not providing the public goods because they know that there are going to be people who have not basically paid to use that good, but they are still using it. So that free rider problem deters uh, a private sector firm basically to start production of the public goods,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You understand this point?
Yes, sir.
So one thing is this, that they are not doing it because of this. And second thing is also that they are not generating any profit. So
Prof.
if you talk about a public park, that is a state-owned thing which is provided to people,
Yes, sir.
a state-owned service sort of a thing provided.
Yes,
But
sir.
when you talk about if a private sector is providing a park for the people,
Yes,
it will
sir.
be like an amusement park for which there is
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be a high ticket,
Yes, sir.
priced at a higher rate,
Yes,
which
sir.
some people who can afford can only basically visit,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But not the others. So this is the difference, right?
Yes, sir.
So moving forward to the nature and definition of the merit and demerit goods. Merit and demerit goods. Okay. So first of all, the merit goods. We have talked a lot about it
Yes, sir.
earlier, I guess, even. So just quickly, just tell me what merit goods are.
Merit goods are those goods which, if consumed by a consumer, it is good for their health, it is healthy for them. But these are also goods which are under-consumed by firms in an economy. And then demerit goods are goods which are actually bad
Under
for you.
consumed by firms?
Sorry, underproduced by firms. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, underproduced by firms. And then demerit goods are those goods which are not actually good for your health. They can damage your health, but because of information failure, which also happens in merit goods, demerit goods are overproduced by firms.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
then
Perfect. Yes, 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 yes. Go on.
I'll just give like one example. It's merit goods.
Hmm.
If I have to give an example, I can say healthcare, education. And for demerit goods, it can be maybe cigarettes or maybe drugs, alcohol, all of those things.
Very good. Very nice. Perfect examples. So goods which are undervalued
Yes, sir.
and
Underproduced.
underproduced.
So they'll be underconsumed.
Oh, I made a mistake here. So, so undervalued or underconsumed
Yes, sir.
Because right now we are only talking about first the consumers. By
Yes,
the consumers, hence underproduced by producers. So it means that these are the goods which are undervalued and underconsumed by the consumers,
yes,
hence underproduced by the producers. For example, education and healthcare. By the way, why is it so?
sir. I think that one of the reasons is information failure. The consumers themselves don't know that okay, healthcare is like really important for us and education is like really important for us. They don't exactly know like the benefits. They don't know those benefits, so they will not like value it that much that oh like this is like a essential part of our life. And then because of that, and also I think so, it's also because in some areas if it's this merit good can be provided by a private sector, it's because of the affordability as well that many people will underconsume if they cannot afford it. And so because of that it can get undervalued and underconsumed, and because of that the producers are going to see that oh it's like not having maybe generating as much profit, it doesn't have that much value in the market, so like why should we produce it, because they might go at a loss, so then they will start to underproduce it, they will not provide it that much.
Hmm. So it means that the private sector is producing the merit goods, but they are underproducing them only to those who can afford to buy.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
the thing is that when you talk about the point that there is an information failure and people do not have the knowledge of these things, that this education and healthcare, how important it is. So it
Yes, sir.
seems to be, sometimes it seems to be like, okay, fine, look around you. Everybody knows that what importance the education has and what importance healthcare has. So all the people know about it, but if you go a bit in depth of this, so I was talking to you about that book, Why Nations Fail.
Yes, sir.
There was another chapter in that book. It was named as Low Hanging Fruits.
Oh, okay, sir.
There he talked about that although it seems to be, a very odd concept to say that people do not know much about the healthcare and education, obviously everybody does.
Yes, sir.
But if you see it from the point of view of the rural areas,
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
so there are two things to that. First, when if we discuss the education part,
Yes,
so
sir.
a farmer who is farming on his land, he needs labor and he cannot afford the labor.
Yes,
So
sir.
he will have more kids and he will want all his kids to work with him on the fields.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you even if you see that if you say that there is the issue of the accessibility, that the
Yes,
education, the educational institutes are not there in the villages, but in those places where the government is providing the public schools in villages,
yes,
so
sir.
even then they are not sending their kids. And
Yes,
if
sir.
you try to convince them by saying that, okay, fine, if you will do this, so in long run, these kids are going to, they are going to do good in the society. They are
Yes,
going to do good for themselves and for the household. So everything that you are doing here might change. And he
yes,
will be like, okay, fine. You are giving me a plan which is probably a 15-20 year plan.
yeah,
Right now, my
exactly.
problem is that I need food by the end of the day today.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
So What do you think if you encounter such a situation where you are the spokesperson from the state and you have the authority to, come up with some policies like building the schools in the villages, but people are not convinced. People do not want to come
Yes, sir.
and have the education. What will you do there?
So I think for me, from my perspective, I would definitely try to either maybe reduce the prices so that that point for them is also, they'll be like, oh, it's still cheaper and we're getting a good service for our children for free. Or I don't know if public, like, actually, no, it can be private. It can be still a private good. I don't know if this is correct, but like you can maybe advertise it somehow, or you can maybe like list the benefits to those
Mm,
people that are, like you can maybe just tell them that like the long run effects, and then like maybe the disadvantages of them not sending their children to um for
mhm,
education. And then if you see from a healthcare perspective as well, it's like if they somehow, maybe I don't know if this is a correct example, but I have seen in front of me that in rural areas or in like backward areas in Pakistan as well, there are some people who don't believe in doctors. They're just like, we have our own homemade remedies, so why should we go to a doctor? And
mhm.
for that, I have seen a lot that because of following these remedies, the health of people gets worse. So I will try to tell them that as well, like by proof, because I literally have proof that it can literally make your health worse. So yeah, that's what I do. Like I don't really.
Okay, I tell you one thing. One thing is that this is not a job which is the private sector is going to do. Private sector
Yes,
is
sir.
not going to, do that and lower the prices. So that's why I made you a state spokesman
Yes,
or a spokesperson. So now one thing that I want to, tell you here is that they are not convinced with no matter how many number of points you write about the benefits of education.
yes,
what
sir.
you what you know you see many of the governments they do is that they are already providing the education for free to the primary sector, like
Yes,
at
sir.
the primary level. So they are providing free education. That is not the issue. They are providing even to the the secondary level. They are providing till grade 10 or 11. They are providing that free education. That is
Yes,
not
sir.
the issue. The issue is the thing that that person was saying. And many of the schools, even the charity based schools which are opened in villages, even there the fee that they charge is very meager. It's
Oh, yeah.
almost like nothing. But
Yes,
the
sir.
problem is that there could be certain solutions that you come up with. You
Yes,
could
sir.
probably say that we are going to give stipend to every student who will come to school
Yes,
on
sir.
the basis of the attendance. So that stipend is going to, probably encourage them that, okay, fine, if I have 4 to 5 kids and all of them are receiving a stipend, so it's a good amount of money that I get.
Yes, sir.
So my children are going to get the education and they are going to get the stipend. And sometimes even, in those schools, they provide the breakfast sort of a thing or a
Yeah.
lunch as
Yes,
well.
sir.
So, these are the strategies which might work.
Yes, sir.
This was one thing that was related to education. The other thing he talked about was the healthcare. He said that, and the topic was basically based on the health and not the education. So I put that education point because we were discussing the marriage goods.
Yes,
So
sir.
he, in the book, said that the people there in the villages, they do not care about even the basic things. By low hanging fruit means that, if you see a fruit tied up on a tree and you have to,
Yes,
in order to pluck it, you have to do some hard work there.
yes, sir.
Low hanging fruit is the one which is in your reach.
Yes,
You
sir.
do not have to do anything for it, and that is yours. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
meant he meant that some of the basic things that needs to be provided and informed people about them, like the mosquito nets,
Oh, yes,
that they
sir.
should use the mosquito nets, right?
Yes,
So simple remedies, simple things, the basic things that they need to do. So even those things they are not doing because we need to uh, change their mindset about that going to a doctor when you need a cure, it is better that you prevent that.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
So prevention, that's why it is said that the prevention is better than the cure. So you
Yes, sir.
have, put a damage to your body and then you are going to the doctor and you're asking for help. So rather than
Sir.
doing that, if you prevent and prevent from doing certain things which can affect your body, is going to make a huge difference. So he said that if these plans and strategies are being applied and the mosquito nets and these very basic things are provided by the state to the people, so they
Yes,
will
sir.
probably have more awareness of those things,
Yes, sir.
right? So
Yes,
that's
sir.
what he meant there. So this is very interesting thing that although
Yes, sir.
there is
Yeah.
information failure, if you talk about, I am not talking even about the villages. You
Yes, sir.
talk about, you see around people around who can afford hefty fees of the fee of the doctor, and they
Yes,
can go
sir.
to any private sector doctor as well. But what they are doing is that they are using their own medication, knowledge
Yes,
to,
sir.
okay, fine, you have a problem, it's a little fever, you just need to have a Panadol, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So that is something which is useful. So even that means that there is information failure.
Yes, sir.
That is an information failure. Why?
Yes,
Because
sir.
these people do not understand the fact that if these things, in today's world in which we are living, where the climate changes are so extreme,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
even a normal fever is not a normal fever now,
Yes, sir.
because it takes about 2, 3, 4 weeks to completely wash out of your body. So
Yes, sir.
that
Yeah.
that is very important, that information is provided for such things like the healthcare, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
is important. Then the second thing is the demerit goods. If we come to the demerit goods, so as you already informed me about this, that the goods which are overvalued and overconsumed,
So they'll be overproduced.
exactly, consumed by the consumers, hence overproduced by producers. For example, as you said, cigarettes, alcohol,
Yes, sir.
right? So
Yes.
these goods are considered to be as demerit. So now these goods, if you talk about these goods, these are overvalued and overconsumed by the consumer. The reason behind is the addiction.
Yes,
The
sir. Yeah.
addictive nature of these products make consumer buy it more, and that's why if the producer is getting the benefit out of it, even after putting a huge tax by the government, they are
Yes, sir.
still getting a lot of profit. So they are producing those goods. So here again, the information failure is there. The government needs to inform people about it, ban certain goods, put a ban on the use of these goods in public, and then the age restrictions. So all these things the government can do to basically deter people from utilizing such goods, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we are coming to that point where you were discussing with me when you said that, okay, fine, sir, I can explain this non-excludability point, but not the non-rival, because what I feel is that sometimes there is the rivalry even in a public good, right?
Yes.
So that's why we are going to talk about the quasi-public goods. So
Yes.
quasi-public goods are basically, they have some but not all characteristics of public goods. So there may be a situation where they may not be either non-excludable,
or non-rival.
yes, or non-rival. So there might be situation where the good is rival but non-excludable. And in some places, the good is non-rival but excludable. So we are going to deal with this in the form of examples. So this will make things easier to understand if we have the example here.
Yes,
So
sir.
first of all, you see the road network, which the electronic road pricing or the
Yes,
toll
sir.
plazas, right?
Yes,
So when you are entering a highway, so there is, a sort of a setup that they have of the electronic road pricing and all those things. So
yes, sir.
there, the road network make or road network may make good. Okay, I'll just write it here. Good, excludable through,
They are like a toll, right?
yes, a toll, electronic road pricing. So let's suppose it's not like that you cannot pay that very small amount that they usually charge on those
Yes, sir.
tolls. But that is not the problem. The problem is that if you do not have the money at that time and you have come to that toll and he's asking for money so that you can enter and pass through. So if you do
Yes,
not
sir.
have the money, there might be cases where they might allow you to go because we cannot stick to the bookish knowledge all the time, no? Because
Yes,
in
sir.
reality the things sometimes change, right?
Yes, sir.
So most of the theories that come up on the, the theoretical, many of the economic theories that has come up. So they were, after the implementation or looking at this different scenarios in the world, those theories have also converted into, they have some modifications to be made there.
Yes,
Some
sir.
because there are cases where these things might not be applicable. So in the
Yes,
same way, it might be a situation where you do not have the money and he can still allow you to go.
yes, sir.
But if he doesn't,
Then it
what
will make you suitable.
what other option do you have other than to turn
Exactly.
around?
Yes, sir.
No other option. You will definitely, and they will make all the other cars to, reverse a little bit and then you can turn around because they are charging that amount to you and they are going to charge it no matter what. So
Yes,
that
sir.
excludability issue will be there, right?
Yes, sir.
Even though it's a public good.
Yes, sir.
Like it's not like you obviously it's from the tax money, but it's not like you are passing through it. So somebody will say that, okay, fine, you are not going to use it because you have not paid for this route. No, that is
Yes,
not going to be the case. Now, on the other hand, we are going to talk about that the good is non-excludable, but it has become rival for you. And by rivalry, do you remember the limited supply?
yes, sir. It's limited supply.
So once road become congested,
Oh, yeah. Then not many people will be able to drive on that road.
exactly.
There's
So
like less road, more people.
exactly. So rivalry in consumption. It's not like that, there's one thing that is attached to this. This is a very fine line defined regarding the rivalry.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
suppose if you have set up on a road where you see that there is a long queue of cars,
Yes, sir.
and a turn is, right near you. You have two options. Either you can just stay in that line, wait in
Yes,
the
sir.
queue, and wait for the traffic to, disperse. So
Yes,
if
sir.
not, the other option that you have is that probably what you can do is that you can turn around and go from another road.
Yes, sir.
So it's not like you cannot use that road,
Yes, sir.
but the limited supply effect is going to come there, because it will come into your mind that, okay, fine, this is, I'm not going to go home from here. So
Yes,
okay, fine, even if you can, let's suppose you're going to office and you see such a road, so you want to reach there on time,
yes,
right?
sir.
And if you are on a road where you cannot, so it means that there is limited supply. Only those who are in the front, right on the front in the queue, they
Yes,
might
sir.
be able to pass on. The middle ones might be, but you are in the last.
Yes, sir.
You might not be. So your purpose of using that road to reach the office on time is not fulfilled. So it
Mhm.
means that road is not fit for you. Why?
Yes,
Because there are other people already there who are going to pass, and then your turn will come. So by that time, it is of no use to you. So you
yes,
might
sir.
think of turning around.
Yes, sir.
That actually makes it a rival good. You
Ye-
understand that?
Yes, sir.
Completely understood the concept?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. Brilliant. Okay, now moving forward to, I am going to play, we are going to play a little game here, a very easy
Okay.
game. So, on one hand, we have the excludable and non-excludable. So, it's a very beginner level game, not too difficult.
Yes, sir.
A rival and non-rival. So, you have some options here
Yes, sir.
which are going to be, I'm going to put them in a box form. Oh my God, this is a wrong box. And then we have this right here. And we have another box right here. Okay. So, can you fill these up for me?
Okay, sir.
So, let's say I
Uh,
come up with the first one, that is a good being excludable and rival.
this would be a private good.
Okay. So, good being excludable and rival, so private good. Agreed. Rival and non-excludable?
Rival and non-suitable. Rival and non-suitable. That would be a quasi-public good, right?
Yes.
Because it has some features of a public good, but not all.
Yes, some features, but not all. A good is non-rival and non-excludable.
Non-rival, non-excludable would be a public good.
Okay, great. A good being non-rival and non-rival and excludable.
Mm, wouldn't this be a quasi-public good again? Because it has Excludable, which is a public goods feature, but doesn't have the rival feature.
Yes, yes, you're right. I told you it's an easy game.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, we are done with this chapter here.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's good.
So, you can note this part down, the quasi-public good and this table part.
Yes, sir.
You have the printed workbook in front of you, right?
Yes, sir.
You're doing the work on that. Okay, great.
Okay, I'm done, sir. Sir, is your mic off? I just can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. I I was saying that you have to do this, the MCQs,
Yes,
the
sir.
same way you were doing for the rest of them.
Yes, sir.
And then a surprise, structured questions.
Oh, okay. These are the big ones.
Yeah, so these are about 65, but you do not need to do all of them. You can do, the recent ones starting from question one. These are the recent ones that you will do. So if you will do around 3 to 4 8 markers and 3 to 4 12 markers, so those will be, I guess, good enough,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So I will, also be discussing with you before I make you do these questions.
Yes, sir.
So one thing that I will do is that I will basically teach you the method of doing the 8 and 12 marker in the class.
Okay, sir.
So in one of the classes, I will perform one of the 8 markers with you.
Yes,
So
sir.
you have an idea that how you have to put all the assessment objectives, including the knowledge analysis and evaluation, into your answer.
Yes, sir.
And then you can start doing the questions afterwards, right?
Yes.
So after okay, so I will try my best that in coming 1 or 2 classes we can start, the paper pattern structure. Although we discussed a bit of the paper pattern, have we
Yes, sir. We
or
did.
have we not?
We did in the
Okay,
beginning.
we did the paper pattern, but we haven't done, one of the 8 markers, the whole 8 marker question, right? So
Yes,
that,
sir.
inshallah, we'll do in one of the coming classes, probably the end of this week or the start of the next week. And then, furthermore, what we will be doing is that we'll also start off with our section two
Oh,
from the
okay.
next class,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
So, any questions that you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, we will just end it here.
No, I don't really have any questions. The only doubt for me was rivalry, and you explained it well. So
Okay, so everything is clear till now. So the whole
yes,
section is clear.
yes, sir.
Great. So we'll keep it to this for today.
Yes, sir.